أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Last class, I believe we covered إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. We covered the meaning of إياك. I said it's a pronoun for nasb, an object pronoun. Usually an object pronoun comes after the verb, but in this case it came before the verb. We talked a little bit about the reasons that the scholars derived, the reasons for this object or this object pronoun being placed before the verb. And likewise, وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. Today, hopefully we can cover the final 2 ayat or the final 3 ayat, depending on how you count. As mentioned before, there's a difference of opinion amongst the scholars whether or not أَنْعَمْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ is the end of ayah 6. End of ayah 7. Yeah, end of ayah 6, excuse me. And غَيْرِ الْمَغْضُوبِ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا الضَّالِّينَ is number 7, which would mean Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim is not the first ayah. The other opinion or viewpoint is that Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim is the first ayah, as is counted in this mushaf. And صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين is one ayah, which is the 7th. Before we start with اهدنا الصراط المستقيم, I'd like to point something out with إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. If you notice, let me make this font a little bigger. نعبد begins with noon. Which is an indicator that person, when doing the action of ibadah, is more than one or is, yeah, this doesn't, it's not sitting right. This isn't sitting right. Let me fix this. Begins with it's an indicator that the one doing the action of ibadah is more than one or is Same with na'budu is the same with nasta'in. So if it's one person reciting Fatiha, what would make more sense is that he or she would say, إِيَّاكَ أَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ أَسْتَعِينُ. The Hamza, meaning I. It is you I worship, and it is you I turn to for assistance. That would make more sense because one person that's reciting, and each person recites on their own. So based on that, it would make more sense to say إِيَّاكَ أَعْبُدُ as opposed to إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ, the nun. Right? However, it says إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ. Now, something very brief on that. As mentioned by Ibn Kathir, may Allah have mercy on him, and others, that if it's one person reciting, right, and he's not leading salah, he's speaking about himself. إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ. It is you we worship. And the reason why Allah Azza wa Jal has given this person the privilege to glorify himself with the plural pronoun as if it's His Majesty speaking, person with high status, is because he's come close to Allah Azza wa Jal by praising Allah. So when a person praises Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you come near to him. You sort of say, get on his good side, right? Allah becomes happy with you. So he gives you high status. And you've earned, so to speak, the privilege to say, we worship as one person. However, if it's a person that's leading salah and there are people following him, it could mean na'budu, meaning myself and those who are following me. All of us, we worship you. Does that concept make sense? Right? So the next ayah, ihdina. Ihdina. Guide us. And the us refers back to the same concept of the pronoun being used.
No.
Now, guide us linguistically is a command. Okay? Linguistically, it's a command. But because it's a command that's directed from a person who is in a lower status to a person or to one who is in a higher status, this would be a request. It would be a request. Guide us. Okay? And guidance, depending on the person who is seeking guidance, can mean one of three things. The first is I am lost and don't know the way. Please show me. I'm lost and don't know the way. Please show me. That's the first meaning of guide us. For those who have no idea what the straight path is, for those who don't know right from wrong, they cannot decipher at any particular time. That would be the meaning of guide us. The Arabic word for that, I'll write it for you. Ihdina would mean dullana. I'll put vowels on that. Dullana wa arshidna. Dullana wa arshidna. Okay. The second meaning is I know right from wrong, have trouble doing what's right. Make me do right. So a person reciting Fatiha, when they say Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim, what should you be thinking? You should be asking Allah for guidance. But in what manner? Based on what? It should be something that's practical for you. It could be about a subject matter where you just don't know what's right, and you're asking Allah to guide you. Or it could be about a subject matter where you know which path is right, but it's difficult for you to do the right thing. Bless me to do the right thing. And the Arabic for this one is ilham. I'll write that. Al-himna. Al-himna. Inspire us. Give us that inspiration to do the right thing. The third meaning of ihdina would be for a person that's doing right. He's on the right path, following guidance. But he's struggling to stay on, struggling to hold on. So he would be asking for keep us firm or stable. Arabic would be thabbitna. Thabbitna. يرحمك الله دكتور جمال. What did you say, Abu Ismail?
So that the dua, ya muqallib qulubi thabbit qalbi ala dinik. So
Yes,
is that
sir.
the same? That's like
It's not kalbi, it's qalbi.
qalbi.
Because kalbi is my dog.
Yeah, I don't want to ask for that.
So keep my dog firm on the deen, huh?
I have to keep my cats firm on the deen. I don't have dogs.
ثبت قلبي على دينك. نعم.
That's interesting.
Because everybody says اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. But not everybody is asking for the same thing. When they say اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. Right? Because some people they just don't know. Some people they know, but they're struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Some people they know and they're on it, but you know, they're fighting to stay on it. So depending on the situation that you're in terms of your iman, in terms of your guidance, ihdina can apply to you.
So is this something that also you have the intention to be asking for it? Because oftentimes it can be said mindlessly, right? Like we're rushing or something, and sometimes you might not be asking for anything. You're just saying without any conscious awareness of that, right?
So if you're saying it without any conscious awareness, you have the reward of salah. You don't have to do it over again. However, your reward is incomplete because you're not into it. So the only reward you have from salah is the reward of the portion that you are aware and alert.
Wow. Sheikh dullana is dalla yadullu? Is that the root word?
Dalla yadullu.
Okay, so dalla is like I'm lost or he's lost.
Yeah, dalla is to show somebody how to go or how to do something.
Oh, okay. Because dalla or dalla is also similar, like.
No, dalla is to get lost. Dalla is to be guided.
Oh.
So they're kind of opposites.
Dad, right?
Dad is dalla. Yeah, dad is dalla.
Okay. Because dallin is coming from similar.
Dad. Okay. It's to be misguided. It's to lose the path, lose the way.
Okay.
But dalla is to be guided, to be shown the way.
Ah.
That's why dalil.
So it's, I see. So it's opposite. Okay, got it.
Yeah. So like dalil is the sign for something or the indicator for something or proof for something. Meaning it guides you to what's right. It's called a dalil. That's why a guide is called a dalil.
Right.
Person who guides you, right? Like
gotcha.
a tourist guide, they say dalil.
Right.
Dalil siyahi.
Yeah, even the evidence sometimes.
Yes.
What's your dalil? Because I got confused when you said I'm lost. So I'm lost and I don't know the way. So please show me.
So yeah, dullana shows you the way. Is asking to show me the way.
Show me the way. Okay.
So I am lost is your condition.
Your condition. Okay. Got
your
it.
State. Your state of mind. Your state of being. And what you're asking for is to be shown what's right.
Got it. Yeah.
صراطا. الصراطة means the way. So guide us to the way. And this is referring to a way of life. المستقيم Great. Path that is not crooked. So there are different forms of tafsir. There is tafsir by understanding the meaning of the words. There is tafsir by the Quran being tafsir of the Quran. So you do tafsir, you explain the Quran using other ayahs from the Quran. There is tafsir explaining ayahs from the Quran by ahadith, different ahadith. There is tafsir using what the Sahaba have said about the ayat. There is tafsir using what the Tabi'een said about the ayat. Okay. And there is tafsir with al-waqi'. Al-waqi' means reality. Okay. The highest form of tafsir is tafsir al-Quran bil-Quran, explaining the Quran with the Quran. All right. So as-sirat al-mustaqim. Al-mustaqim further explains as-sirata. Al-mustaqim further explains as-sirata. What is as-sirata talking about? It's talking about al-mustaqim, straight path. What is as-sirata al-mustaqim? So as-sirata is what's called is maf'ulun bihi. It's an object, direct object. Al-mustaqim is what's called na'at. It's a description of this sirat. Okay? Al-mustaqim is na'at. So ihdina is a verb, fi'l, and fa'il, and a subject, and maf'ulun bihi, and an object. So ihdi, the fi'l is ihdi. And the subject, the doer of ihdi, is anta, is predicted. So when I ask you and I say guide me, what's understood is you guide me. Right? So the doer is anta. It's understood. Na is maf'ulun bihi. Okay? As-sirata, you can say maf'ulun bihi thani. It's a second maf'ulun bihi. Usually ihdina has ila after it. Ihdina ila. Like in Surah Sad, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَهْدِنَا إِلَى سَوَاءِ الصِّرَاطِ. وَهْدِنَا إِلَى سَوَاءِ الصِّرَاطِ. But sometimes this ila is taken away, and the the word that would usually be majroor after ila takes nasb. Anyway, I don't want to confuse you. It's easier to say as-sirata is a second maf'ul, a second object. So guide us to the straight path. Al-mustaqim is na'at. I'll write that. Na'at. Meaning a description. Sirata is maf'ulun bihi. مفعول به. اهدنا is فعل فاعل and مفعول. فعل فاعل and مفعول به.
Oh, we have two maf'ul bihis. I see.
Yes.
So na, right?
Na is مفعول به.
Sheikh Mustaqim is also mudaf ilayh.
مستقيمة. If it was
No,
مضاف إليه, it would have been مستقيمي.
Uh-huh.
If this was مضاف, there would be no alif lam.
no alif lam. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's alif lam.
Mm-hmm.
اهدنا الصراط المستقيم.
ده صفة موصوف.
الصراط المستقيم صفة موصوف or نعت منعوت. Yes.
Okay.
Can you say adjective for not? Because adjectives are also ism, right? They can be ism also.
Adjectives are ism.
So it wouldn't be correct to call not adjectives then, correct? Or they, because
It's not always an adjective.
Okay.
It's not always not. That's what I meant to say.
But not means a description of something, right? A description.
Yes.
Okay.
طيب. Moving on. صراطة. صراطة is بدل. بدل من الصراطة. So it's like he's saying اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. اهدنا صراطا. اهدنا صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم. And صراطة is مضاف. وهو مضاف. الذين مضاف إليه في محل جر. So originally it would have been صراط الذين. فكسر on the noon because it's مضاف إليه. It's مجرور, so it has to have a كسرة. But this is one of the words that is mabni, one of the asma that is mabni. So الذين means those who. أنعمت. فعل. Right. عليهم would say جار ومجرور. So علي is جار حرف جر. هم مضاف إليه لا مضاف إليه. هم مجرور ضمير. What's predicted is صراط المنعم منعم عليهم, which means the path
Oh, the ones who are.
of the favored. The path of the favored. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم, which means صراط المنعم عليهم. The path of the favored. صراط المنعم عليهم.
So that's مفعول به then. That's منعم is مفعول.
No. What's
No, it's مضاف إليه.
مضاف إليه. Remember, الذين is مضاف إليه. So الذين with أنعمت is in place of مضاف إليه. So that's the same as saying صراط المنعم عليهم. So if you say I like the ones who are nice. The ones who are nice. Right? Or I like the ones who are sweet. Or I like the ones that are sweet. That's the same as saying, I like the sweet ones. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I was trying to take it as an amka versus mun'am. So mun'am is that would be somebody that something being done to. Is that
Yeah,
maf'ul
ism
or that's
maf'ul.
something?
Ism maf'ul, those who are favored.
Those are that's so I don't know why I
You
said
like
maf'ul bi.
uh
So an amka
yeah.
would be like the action, right? For fi'al, then mun'am would be the one that's something being done to. So that's why I was thinking it would be maf'ul, but I wasn't sure if it's maf'ul bihi or if it's maf'ul different type
Maf'ul
of
bihi is
maf'ul.
gonna have a fatha at the end.
Okay.
So the path of the favored,
Okay.
meaning the ones
That
who are
makes sense.
favored.
Who are there? Those who are favored. Okay. And then the one doing the action will be what then? Let's say
Doing what action?
making the favor on the like.
Well, it's not mentioned
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
In this
Okay.
example, mun'ami alayhim, the one who's doing it is not mentioned.
Okay.
There's no
An'amta,
verb.
an'amta, the ta is the doer.
Okay.
And this is referring to the one who is being spoken to, the second person.
Okay.
And the second person in this instance is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Okay. So Allah, yeah, okay. Allah is being I see. It makes sense. So it's Allah is doing the favor then, and
Right.
those that you are favorite, but it's not the indirect reference.
So who are the ones that Allah has favored? This can be explained in two ayats, two separate ayats, which is a clear explanation of those who are favored. Okay. The first place where those who are favored is clearly explained is within this ayah. غَيْرِ الْمَغْضُوبِ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا الضَّالِّينَ. By mentioning the opposite, what they are not. So anyone who is not the following attributes, they are the ones who have been favored. Anyone who is not the following two attributes, they are the ones who have been favored. One more time. Anyone who is not the following two attributes, they are the ones who are favored. And that's clearly stated. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those who are favored, not the path of these, not the path of those. So who are the ones who are favored? The ones who are not the following two attributes. That's the first place you can explain it.
Mm-hmm.
Another ayah that clearly explains it is ayah number 69 in chapter 4, Nisa. You guys can look it up right quick.
Nisa.
69,
ومن
chapter
يطع
4.
الله والرسول فأولئك مع الذين أنعم الله عليهم من النبيين من النبيين والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين وحسن أولئك رفيقا.
So the favored ones, those who have been favored, are mentioned in this ayah in two ways. The first way they are mentioned in this ayah is by mentioning their attribute.
Yeah, right.
And the attribute is obeying Allah and His Messenger.
Listen.
If you obey Allah and His Messenger, you are favored. If you obey Allah and His Messenger, you are favored. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, whoever obeys Allah and His Messenger, then they are with the ones who are favored. So if you're with the ones who are favored, that means you as well are favored. أنعم الله عليه. The second way the ones who are favored are mentioned in this ayah is by mentioning their titles or some of their titles. Some of these favored ones are messengers or prophets, nabiyyin. Some of them are siddiqeen. Siddiqeen are the ones who wholeheartedly accepted the message and believed in it with all of their might and power. The likes of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu anhu. Another title is ash-shuhada, the martyrs, those who sacrificed their lives for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The likes of Umar, Uthman, Ali, Talha, Zubayr, radiyallahu anhum. Was-Salihin is a fourth title, which refers to those who do righteous deeds, the righteous ones. Right? The likes of Abu Ubaidah, Amir ibn al-Jarrah, the likes of Uwais al-Qarni, the likes of Mu'adh ibn Jabal, radiyallahu anhu. The righteous ones. So if someone asks you who is الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ, you have many references here. They're the ones that have not been misguided. They're the ones that Allah is not angry with. They're the ones that obey Allah and His Messenger. They are the prophets. They are the Siddiqeen. They are the martyrs. They are the righteous ones. They are the ones who obey Allah and His Messenger. What more do you want? And I think we'll end there, inshallah.
Cool.
Jazakallah.
Barakallahu feekum.
Ameen wa iyyakum. So if you want to be from those who are guided, if you want to be favored, get to work. Obey Allah and His Messenger.
Yeah,
Simple.
good advice.
سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum.